What's up, gamers? Welcome back to some more regularly scheduled Dead by Daylight content. As promised by yesterday's video, at the end of it, I was going to go over a recording of a game that I would have taken after completing the Deathslinger guide, and really just do more of a personal VOD review, you know, talk about things that I did well, talk about things that I didn't do so well, and things that I, you know, as someone who enjoys Deathslinger, I'm pointing out that I'm not a main of this character. Yeah, I am very inexperienced at this game and have things that I can constantly improve on, and even things that I can recognize in my own gameplay that I can criticize myself for. Now, I find it really funny that when I was playing those games and getting all the recordings, I recorded about like 10 games, I think, for this for the Deathslinger guide video. And in those games, I never ran into RPD. That's because East Wing has that bug where you can get stuck in the interrogation room, and so it's kill switch, but you can still go to West Wing. So this was actually recorded after I finished the Deathslinger guide video. And so here we are in RPD West Wing. I'm a little bit miffed by it, really, that I missed my opportunity to show off the the anti-loop stuff that you can do with Deathslinger and everything, but I hit some good shots in this video. Now, you might notice as well, our build that we're going for here is Surge, Whispers, No Way Out, and Agitation. So the reason why I like bringing these perks specifically, Surge, because I hate kicking gens, it just feels like it takes too much time for me, and so I want to have something that enacts immediately off of my power, you know, trying to be really efficient around using the Redeemer. I have Whispers because it's a tracking perk that I really enjoy. It kind of helps me give a general idea of where survivors are, and I will then be able to find them through listening with Whispers. I have No Way Out because it gives me a little bit of time at the end game, and then I have Agitation because it lets me clear the map faster, hook survivors faster, and then get back onto using my power again faster. For add-ons, we're running the Warden's Keys and the Wanted Poster add-on. I was hoping that this would be more of an outdoor map because that's where Wanted Poster really shines, because you're able to... Survivors have more space to run around in. Wanted Poster lets you close the distance on that space that they're running around in. Warden's Keys, reload add-on. It's always good. So here we are on RPD West Wing. I see that Whispers is lit up on this backside of the map, and I don't know, I think I got caught on something there. I don't know why I'm spinning my camera around like that. But, you know, just looking around the different halls and stuff, and I think right about here, actually, I'm going to turn up the volume a bit. You know, watching this through VLC Media Player. God bless the creator of VLC Media Player. We hear this generator is being worked on, and oh hey, we find a Renato pretty much immediately. Another perk that I might possibly run in place of Agitation or in other builds would be Rapid Brutality. So here, you know, Renato doing the typical thing that you see people do against Deathslinger, which is like just crouch behind a shot, and I hit the pallet here somehow. I don't know exactly how, but I like notice that he's crouching. I notice that my shot is off to the left too far, and so I try to like flick and I miss and I hit the pallet. So this is like the worst possible start that I can have with my shots here. But most importantly, initially I don't reload because I don't want to lose that distance. Now Renato pre-throws his pallet, so now I feel like I'm okay to reload, because when I come out of the reload there, he's taking the time to drop the pallet animation. I go here, I just go for an easy M1, like I don't even use my M2. Now Surge pops off on the generator up here to my right, which means that I know that Claudette is there. So that's the information that I'm gathering through that. And I look up to see if she's looking down at me. She is not, and I'm looking to see if she's going to be coming down to knock Renato off of this pallet. Now, instead of using the hook to my right here, remember we have Agitation. I want to go up to see if Claudette is still on this generator, and I want to hook closer to it. So I use the fact that we have Agitation, I don't see Claudette, and I go for this hook here, and I see her scratch marks leading down the stairs. No, I see them leading to this hallway. And so that is the power of Agitation, is that I can gather information, I can deny a generator, and I can immediately pick up the next chase. This is a bad shot here. I don't know, why am I shooting at this? Like, Claudette's obviously looking at me. I like look up in frustration. That's what I do whenever I look up after I shot. That's just me going like, like kicking my head back. Upset that I've missed a shot. First gen goes down as well. It's about a minute and a half into the game, so that's about right timing if someone's doubled up on that gen as well. I come back around because I think that Claudette's coming back around the backside, but instead I see both Kate and Jake here on the pallet. I see them go down, and here we have a perfect example. Oh, if I can get the frame of it, actually. Can I get the frame of it? I don't know. I don't think I can. Right here. So I lead the shot by having that, you know, side crosshair lead in front of her. She's strafing straight across my screen here. And fire, get that hit. Of course, I'm not going to be able to M1 her because of the difference in elevation and all of that, but she wasn't injured, so I'm okay with losing that stun there. Then I go back for the Renato because obviously we saw Jake go back around. I wish I could like change the opacity of this bubble because I was just taking a guess at the shot here, like lining it up with where I saw where Jake was unhooking. We can see Renato gets away here, but I do get a nice pull on Jake now. So that's 3 survivors injured. 2 of them with deep wound now, so that'll be giving them a little bit of extra time that they need to mend the deep wound and everything. And here, I think I get another good shot. Yeah, just line up. Jake's running in a straight line, and I pull the chain up above this desk here. That's why I'm aiming my camera up to make sure that the chain doesn't go through the desk here. And M1 and get a nice down. So, aside from that one shot that we had on the Claudette and the one that we hit like by panic flicking into the pallet, we're actually doing quite well for ourselves. And this time, while I could take Jake away to a further hook, I feel like this is kind of the center of action right now. And so that's why I've decided to instead go back up. I see the Kate here, but Kate's a lot more wise to my ways, a lot more wise to the fact that I am, like, firing these shots. So I tried to fake her out by just, you know, press M2. And then here, on this one, pallet's low enough, I can easily hit you around the back of that desk. I know exactly where that goes. Knock you down as well. So that's already 3 hooks, a couple of downs in the opening like 3 minutes. So pretty decent start to everything, all things considered. It's RPD, it's West Wing. This map is bugged, and we'll encounter that bug eventually here. I hear those footsteps to my left as well. See Claudette running down the hall. There's 2 people on hook. What I honestly should do here, though, what I honestly should do is camp the hooks. Not like directly camp them, but I should be playing around main right now to see where the Renato is coming from to go for these saves, or see where this Claudette is coming for this save specifically. That way I can maintain this pressure around these people, because if these 2 other people go off to do gens, then they're sacrificing the hook stage timers of the people that I have hooked now. But instead, by chasing this Claudette, I just lose so much time, man. And I think that this is where the game kind of starts to get away from me. Now, the result of 2K, I'm just going to say that outright. The result of the 2K, I get 10 hook stages, I 8 hook everyone. You know, the Giga Chad 8 hook killer, whatever the hell you want to talk about here. But I see Claudette's, I know that there's this pallet here. I think that she's like baiting around the back of it, like she might be walking, but no, she actually just holds W, which is surprising to me. And I see the Kate and Jake here again, and I know that this Jake, it just walks in straight lines, but unfortunately I hit him through this office chair, which means that it's impossible for me to hit him around the back of the hook, or the table there, right? I get blinded by the Kate. Doesn't really matter. You can't blind Slinger out of his power, so I still get the deep wound effect on him. I hear her drop down there because she's a very loud survivor. Use the M1 to drop down a little bit faster, and I try to aim a shot, but she's wise to it now. She knows that I lead my shots and I aim properly and all that, so she's starting to actually dodge. And we'll actually have a lot of trouble getting this Kate later on. It's gonna be another piece of detriment. So a few seconds ago, we had 2 people on hooks, and we had 2 people that could go and rescue them. And in like 30 seconds, I've lost a gen. I have these 2 survivors off hooks. I'm chasing a Kate who is very well aware of what I'm doing in terms of gameplay. I've missed a couple of shots on her already because I'm panicking. I'm not thinking quite right. And I'm taking like ill-advised chases in this situation. I should be looking for the Jake. I should be looking to deny generators, but instead I'm chasing this Kate for God knows what reason. I think that I can get her through here, but she crouches at the right exact moment behind the vault window there. So aimed a little bit too high in that scenario, and I keep chasing her. Why am I still chasing her? I don't know. But I hold down like M2 a couple times, and then at a certain point it's kind of undodgeable, and I get the down, so that'll at least be another down for the Kate. It's pretty good. We have Agitation. I see that we have Basement nearby. There's Claudette like trying to do something here. I don't know what Claudette's trying to do there, honestly. But Agitation allows me to get this hook pretty easily. We get in the basement, we reload, and we're just fine going back upstairs. So Claudette is now ran back upstairs, and that's where I'm going to start chasing after her, because I'm like, okay, well, Claudette was up here. Let's go find out where she was. Listening for the gens as well. I see that my whispers is on in this direction, like the more, I don't know, this backside direction, like the, I don't know what this would be called. It's not helipad, because helipad doesn't exist on this version of the map, but I happen to run into Claudette's bloodstains, and I see her head over top here. And as you probably know, if you've seen the Slinger guide, you know that hitboxes are kind of screwy. We can hit over that very, very easily. I take a quick shot and get an easy down, break this pallet because I don't want to deal with it again. It's not like it's an incredibly safe pallet against Slinger, but it's safe enough if you can crouch behind the boxes at the right time. And so I didn't see that hook through the wall because of the red opacity and everything, but fortunately we do have Agitation that allows us to kind of take a little tour of the map and find another hook. With this one right by main, right by this generator again. And now we have pressure again with Claudette being on the hook. We know that this generator is being worked on, but I think that, oh yeah, here's the bug as well. Before I continue this thought, so like, see, like my elevation rises, like I'm walking up on a step here for some reason. That's gonna mess up my aim, and I step off there. There's like there's no item there. I just happen to hit like a ramp hitbox or something. But I'm back here listening for generators, and I know that they're working on this gen. I think I hear it right around here, and I know the typical way that they're gonna expect me to come from is from this side, because this is like from main, from where I hooked the Claudette. So around this corner here. Is that right? No. Okay, that's later. Sorry, I'm talking about something later in the game. Never mind. But I hear them working on main here. See Renato line up the shot, take it, get a nice shot here, move a little bit to the right so that the chain doesn't go through the railing there. And off he goes. And I'm not reloading, not until he gets to a safe spot. So I'm like, okay, so there's that window there, but he doesn't play the window. Instead, he tries to camp the pallet, which I just like, all right, I'm gonna wait and do this, which is pretty ill-advised against Slinger to be camping pallets like that. And that generator gets completed because there was another survivor there that I didn't hear, but that's whatever, right? So I decide, okay, we're not going to hook him in the middle there. We're going to hook him back out here by this already completed gen, because it's further out of the way, off the map and all, which means that they have to go further to find this survivor and unhook, so it wastes a lot of their time, right? Claudette gets unhooked in the same stroke, no problem. Kind of sucks that they completed the gen right behind me and got the Claudette, but again, I think that the pressure that I've lost here is based off that earlier play that I was talking about, where I chased the Claudette, didn't get the hit on the Claudette, and then ended up losing the hook states anyway. She vaults this, and I aim too far to the right. You can kind of see it there. Here, we can watch again. So I aim too far to the right, so the projectile's all the way out here on the right of her body. Partially because I'm expecting her to dodge sooner, I guess, or I'm just like panicking and overcompensating. But again, one of the best things that you can do whenever you're playing Slinger, you need to calm down and be patient with your shots. And I am unfortunately not a very patient person when it comes to these things. Like, I want to immediately take those shots. I want to get those immediate results. I want things to happen right away. And when you're not patient, you don't get yourself the guaranteed damage. I hear this generator being worked on back here, and this is kind of like a goofy sequence. Hide my red light, M1 the Jake. And now Jake and I are going to do a little bit back and forth at the library here. You can see the shot hit the top of the books there. He goes back, or the tapes, I guess, or the folders, no, the books. Anyway, so he's going back and forth, back and forth. I'm trying to hit over this because I know that I can, but the reason why I'm not hitting over it is because I'm too damned close to the shelf. And you'll see that I actually make this adjustment here in a few seconds. I'm like trying to get back and forth to see if I can go for the lunge. I don't get it. I try to hit him through the library desk, see if I can go around the back side of it. Here I can't because that locker's holding him in place. And he goes back over the pallet again. So I reload, and I back up a little bit more, I think. No, I'm actually pressed up against it. I aim higher, and I get him through the bookshelf that time. The explosion lets me know there's nobody else on this gen, so I'm safe to... I don't have to go like over and check that. But one piece of information that we're missing here that I'm not pointing out is that the last survivor that we injured, which was the, I believe is the Claudette off of that one, got healed. So, if this generator has progress on it, we hear it explode off of Surge, we get the down onto the Jake. This means that these 3 people are either on this gen, which we heard no progress on, so they physically can't be, which, sorry about the bit rate there, holy smokes. So that means that they have to be on generators that are further across the map, and so that's why I'm again using Agitation to hook Jake on a part of the map that's further away from this back corner. So we're gonna go check this gen, because we know that this one was being worked on earlier, and of course the one off to my right over here. No progress heard on this one, but we do have whispers, again, active. So that means that we know that there's somebody over here. And there's Kate. Can't hit her through the doorway. I wasn't pre-aimed for that. I should have been. That's another thing I should be doing more often here too, is when I know that there's a survivor around a corner, I should be pre-aiming. Like, I have the wanted poster, for God's sakes. Like, I know that I can actually hit that. Also, I should vault this. It's faster for me to vault that window instead of walking down here. I'm expecting her to be at that window, but she's not. And then she goes through this window. I thought she would like play closer, play the window on the backside, but no, plays that, plays that, plays that. And I lose the generator in main, or sorry, out back of, I don't know the call out on this map specifically. I don't know how I missed that either. And I don't know how I missed that either. I'm like looking at the ground like, where the fuck was her hitbox? Like half expecting a dead hard. I try to aim to the right, but she dodges more right than I aimed. But you know, just like some mental notes to keep on. Now, let's say that you do have a survivor like this Kate that is dodging all the time. What the survivor will often do whenever you see a Kate, you know, Kate playing like this, which she's playing this really, really well, right? Let's go back a little bit more to this part where she's in the conference room. So she's on the left-hand side of this this hallway here, right? This means that every survivor, whenever they are running away from the killer, whenever they're close to one obstacle, they will, specifically Deathslinger, they will immediately run to the other side, the side that they have the most space on. So that means that with our, you know, aiming guide here, you know, typically if she was running straight ahead of us, this would have been a perfectly fine shot. But because she's gonna basically strafe across our screen this way, we should really be lining up this left crosshair with the back of her head, because we know she doesn't have a lot of space here, but she has a ton of space over here that she's going to run into. This is the same with a lot of other survivors. Oh my god, that bitrate again from the replay. But this is the same with if you're chasing a survivor around shack, or like they're going towards a building, right? And you see them pressed against the left side of the building that they can't clear the corner of yet. They will always kite out to the right, and usually immediately so, to make as much distance between themselves and the projectile as possible. Which means that you want to aim with that outer crosshair that I've mentioned in the guide video. So now we're chasing after this very elusive Claudette, which I shouldn't be. Because she like keeps walking at the right moment, so I lose her scratch marks. I see that that explosion go off over there, and I think that that's like someone vaulting a pallet or something like that. And I see Jake with his, I think that was adrenaline there, but no balance landing. I get an M1, and I see everybody is here, and I get a shot on the Jake. I know Renato's on my right, so I try to manipulate Jake in such a way that he's going to get around the Renato. I know that the Kate has a flashlight, and look at, like, Kate's here, Renato's here, Claudette's going to show up in a second here as well. And again, I should not be taking shots at the Kate. What I should be doing is going for those immediate shots on the Renato. Although I do get a good one here. After clicking the flashlight, I do get you down there. Or get a hit there. And I know that he's, like, close enough to a wall that it's not really going to matter. But I should be committing to a chase here, right? But instead I pick up because I want to get the kill. I am one the Renato. All right, whatever. Also, somebody touched a gate. That explosion, I think, was actually somebody touching a gate, and I didn't even realize that my no way out had been used so early. I think it was by the Claudette because she was late to the party here. But anyway, I have Renato and Kate injured, but Kate still has this God pallet here at the end of the conference room that I can't really get around, but she holds W away from it. And then this God pallet as well inside of the detention room or the locker room. So two really bad situations for me. And what's the Kate gonna do? Well, she's gonna do the right thing and keep chaining back into it, baby. Vaults that window down there, and I'm like, well, okay, I have to commit to something, but I don't know where my no way out. So this is where I noticed that my no way out has already activated. I didn't realize it earlier because of all the kerfuffle with the Jake and everything. So I go out to check the gate out front. I could see the lights from earlier, but I don't know why, like, I go that far. I don't need to walk that far to see if the lights are on or not. And instead, I decide to, like, walk around this way and then go basically, like, the slowest route possible to go to this gate. The gate noise, like, scares me a little bit. Like, it actually surprises me. That was that jump there. And try to get a shot of the Renato, but he's already out. So, those are two kills that I've lost immediately. And Whispers is off, which means that Kate is no longer nearby. Oh, but Whispers is on. Hold on. Kate Denson is nearby. I'm just trying to listen for her. I think that she might be camping around these pallets somewhere. I'm trying to find an opportunity around this this door here. And ideally what Kate should have done was gone for the other exit gate, aiming down sights to, like, see if she's running down a hallway at me or something. And I think I hear her right about here. Right about here? Right about here. There we go. So I hear her there. And I try to M2 to aim down sights, but I end up just kind of body blocking her in the door. And you know what? That's what happens when you click your flashlight at a Deathslinger player. You get smacked. I mean, I 10 hooked. I 8 hooked everybody, so everyone had, like, a fair chance at it. And that was still, like, a decent 2K game. A couple of, like, mistakes that really kind of come down to me not being patient enough with playing the killer. And that's okay, you know, like, I understand what I had to do. Neat little 180 there. But I understand what I had to do, what I need to do to be better at this killer and to prove to you guys that, like, I'm not the greatest at this guy yet. He is my favorite to play, but I have a lot to go until I can, you know, fully say that I've mastered him. So at the end of the day, here are the builds that you have. We had Renato with Deja Vu, Hyper Focus, Resilience, Prove Thyself. This guy wanted out of the game immediately. Also running the Skeleton Key with the Blood Amber and the beads to make it last longer. This guy wanted to get out of the game as quickly as possible. Kate was running Dead Hard, Head On, No Way, or Distortion, and I can't even tell what that is. Is that Chem Trap or something? I'm not sure, actually. The bitrate. I gotta increase the bitrate on my recording, so I do apologize for that. And then Claudette had Desperate Measures, Inner Healing, Reassurance, Life, and a Syringe. And then Jake with the Adrenaline, which we saw at the end of the game. Dead Hard, Unbreakable, and Windows of Opportunity. In fact, if we didn't pick up the Jake there, he would have had his Unbreakable up, which would have been great for him into a Dead Hard. And that would have been really detrimental for us as well. So picking him up at the end there was the right play. Also, not M1ing Kate when she was in that hallway was also the right play, because you know, she ran into me and then, like, tried to duck under my FOV, which usually means that they're trying to use Dead Hard against you. But yeah, Renato, there was a point in the game as well while I was playing that I was like, oh, this generator is being worked on when it had 0 progress before. I think someone has Deja Vu, and I called it. I mean, Deja Vu is a pretty common perk, but yeah, that's just gonna be it for this little, like, VOD review retrospective video of playing Deathslinger. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you guys enjoyed this little overview commentary, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.